Guys, here's a step-by-step simplified version of the modern shag. Start with the circular section at the crown and divide that circular section in half directly across the center of the crown of the head. Hold your first subsection at 90 degrees and cut to the desired length. The longer this piece is, the softer and more client-friendly the haircut is. Take the bottom of that section, pull it 90 degrees to the crown, and cut. Now create a bullseye shape, so a round shape mirroring your first shape. Divide that section into quadrants, hold that hair to the previously cut section, and cut. Follow that rounded shape around the crown. Now you're seeing the bottom quadrant. Pull up and slightly over the crown and cut. Remember, not cutting the back too short. You'll see the rounded section here, and I'll elevate that to the crown using a little bit of my previously cut guide and cutting using a point cut technique. And now to the front of that quadrant, just rounding about the head. This section is really about creating lift in the crown. How you elevate it will vary depending on the result that you want. This rounded section will work as your guide for the rest of the haircut, which you're going to pivot around the head. Sorry about going off of the film here, guys. Low tech. So you can see I'm just double checking to make sure that all the hair in the round part of this quadrant, or round part of this section, meets in a slightly concave shape. Divide that section now in half directly across the crown and create a 1-inch subsection down the center of the back of the head. This is where you're going to hold the hair vertically and scoop the hair out. If you hold your scissors almost straight up and down, your result will be softer. I'm scooping out quite a bit of weight because Margot wanted her hair to be quite an intense shag. I divide that section in half and pivot to the right side of the back of the head. I'm over-directing my section to the previous section, and although you can't see it, I'm scooping the hair out from my previously cut section to the ends. Really thoughtful here about not cutting my length. It's a good view of being able to see the scoop. And again, over-directing to the previous. Going back to the center of the back of the head. And remember, we have our previously cut section from that very first subsection that we cut in the back. Over-directing to that previously cut section, and you can see the scoop here. Now pie shaping toward the side of the back of the head, over-directing back, and scooping out. You can see the movement really starting here. Now I'm going to move to the sides of the head, and this is where I call danger zone. So I'm pie shaping just behind the ear here, over directing this hair further back, and being very thoughtful of where my length is. You'll notice that I adjust my elevation, keeping in mind where the bottom line is. So I take another pie shaped section, over direct back. The top of the section is going to be a slightly higher elevation, and I start to drop just a little bit to maintain that length. You can see I'm just curving my hands up a bit. Now pie shaping right over the parietal ridge, holding that hair a little less than 90 degrees here, again, to preserve the length in front of the ear. She really doesn't want a mullet. Modern shag and mullet, two different things. So pie shaping again above the parietal ridge. I'm going to move closer to 90 degrees here. And again, scooping out, using my previously cut hair as a guide, as well as that original bullseye shape. Again, if your average client wants to have not quite such layered hair, you would start with a longer hair at the crown, and you would angle your fingers more straight up and down to the ceiling. Again, seeing that lift at the crown here, and returning to the right side of the head. Pie shaping, using the previously cut hair as a guide, over directing back, mindful of your elevation and your bottom line. Again, sorry about the low tech, guys. And pie shaping over the parietal ridge. I'll give you a different angle to look at here. And I like to drag the hair off of its base toward the back and scoop the hair as I go. This creates a lovely movement when Margot wears her hair down. I'm at the parietal ridge here, and you'll see my elevation starts to increase. If I overdirect back or toward where I'm standing right now, the hair is created, it's a convex shape or a bowl shape in the center of the head. Shorter in the center to longer around the edges. We started the haircut with the perimeter left her bangs quite long and didn't take much off the length at all. Here I'm cross-checking horizontally, looking for that bowl shape. Again, shorter in the center to longer in the edges. This is where I like to use what I call the bonsai technique. So I lift the hair up, shake it around a bit to create movement, and with the tips of my scissors, either work down or up depending on what the hair is liking. You'll have to try either. But it takes the weight out, and this is our end result, kind of a rocker modern shag. You'll find the step-by-step in an attached PDF. Thanks, guys.